What's up, WWE Champions Universe? This is Lee from Champions Chat, and this is kind of a catch-all for the females in our series, Who Do I Actually Use? These videos aren't just vanity, although they might come across that way. I apologize if they do. What they're really here for is for you to see, like, who do I, as you can see, a larger roster, but definitely not the very top, but in that top category of rosters, player, you know, I have a lot of characters. Who do I actually use and why? So that translates over to you. So I've done all of the classes of men. Rather than going through and making 6 more videos just for the clicks or whatever, as you know, females just kind of get treated differently in this game. There are less events for them specifically. So even though there is all 6 classes, subtypes, all that kind of stuff, you know, boss battle shows up so infrequently. The best you've got is feud, but then you don't really care, you know, which classes you're using. So, I mean, the most frequent modes that you use them in, you're going to be able to use any of them unless it's a very specific, like, you must use Maxine. Well, then, of course, you're using Maxine. Other comment on this real quick is specific to the females as compared to the males. I am missing one. I'm missing Jacqueline. So I'm not going to say I use her because I haven't. However, I can say right off the top, I would absolutely use her as my top Attitude Era female, my top technician female. I mean, just as soon as I do get her, I'll use her a lot because she's really stinking good and the competition is really stinking bad. I'll talk about it here in a minute. So without further ado, here's the females I use. This is going to be a little bit of a trick. Not quite. There's some variants, but for the most part, the ones I've built are the ones I use. But that is not true in every case. So let me go through them real quick. Naomi, triple green. I don't have her gear, but I do have her plate right there. And the buzzard's beak. She is phenomenal. I do use her quite a bit, but I will say, since I got Queen Naya, she is my go-to striker in feud. I just enjoy her playstyle and etc. So Naomi, yes, I use her. Yes, she's absolutely top tier, and I love the look of this gear. I would hope someday soon that I could get it, but I don't currently have it. So Naomi is an absolute yes, I do use her, just not as much as I used to. So on the downslope. Maxine, probably still one of my top 3 females that I love to use overall. I know a lot of people don't like the style that she has. I do have her gear. I do have a green rumble plate on her, plus that one. You do need the La Familia to make this moveset work. But this moveset right here, you run the Queen Suplex, you put the Pyro on the top row, and then put the Reinforce underneath of that. Then you fire off this, which is going to make the Pyros go off on the top, which isn't going to impact much. And unless you have a bad cascade, and I usually don't, just to be clear, usually don't, then it reloads the moves, so you've buffed her up instead of 175 by 325, 350%, and then you drop a whole bunch more green on the board with the red Royal Rumble. So she's turn 1. This right here, going through it once, will clear almost anybody's health instantly. Doing it a second time gets multi-hundreds of millions. I do have this moment and this moment for her. If there's another one, I don't have it, but just so you're aware on there. I love using Maxine, one of my favorite females in the game. She came to my roster before I had Roxanne. You do need Roxanne to make her work, and I'll show you why here in a second. But where she has absolutely come to shine. Now, you can run her without a yeet plate, but not yeet, the Dudley plate and the Punk's glasses, which I do love that actually makes like a snowman look, you know, his glasses, there's his arms. It's the snowman combo. But if you have this combo on her, tier 6, all of that, you can run her moves once and she'll do 70 to 90 million. If you run her moveset twice, which would be running it kind of in reverse, right? So you increase your red gem damage, You lay down the 5x5 area and you put it in the bottom somewhere. You make the top row or side column, wherever you're not going to cascade, into red, which reloads these, and then you go back the right way. Then you go here again, you lay another 5x5 so that it just barely overlaps like that, and then you increase your red damage by 200% again and blow it up. It's a massive 300-ish million hit. Again, I do have these moments. I think she has one other one, but I have these ones. That's what I've got on mine. So 2-click, very easy. This is why you need Lyra to run it either way, either to run it forward and backward or just to go red Oblivion. Literally just ripcord Oblivion. You've beaten anybody in feud instantly. It's pretty nice. So definitely my absolute favorite, or at least top used trickster of all. This mommy I used for years. I have not used her as much lately. This is the move set right here. You lay down the countdown gems. Yes, you overwrite them. I've done multiple videos that show this is the highest damage way. You overwrite the least amount of column gems as possible, but it doesn't matter because all they're doing is turning everything into your primary color. And then you decrease all countdown gem timers by 1. Hits for 90, 100 plus million if you're using tier 6. She still freezes, which drives me nuts. Like, she just stops breathing, stops moving, and just becomes a statue. But whatever. Oh, and now she's froze. I can't move. I hope the game didn't freeze. And now she froze the whole game. Awesome. Try again. She froze my phone. Come on. Well, anyway, I used her an awful lot for several years, but don't use her that much anymore. Not for any specific reason other than it's just reality. I mean, I just have a better Rhea now, and others that I use a lot more on the acrobat side, which I will show you as soon as Rhea stops crashing my phone. Come on. Yep. Hold on. I'm going to open my phone, which is going to say it interrupted because I opened my phone. But then hopefully it reestablishes the connection quickly. There we go. All right. Get out. Whew. Okay, we got away from her. But acro-wise, she's better. I like her more. So let's go into those three just real quick. So Zombie Becky, I don't use near as much as I claim to, but I do use her. If I could get her gear, I would use her an awful lot more. Triple black with even just tier 5s, right? Yep, tier 5s. This setup with the Ronda's jacket. It is a little hit or miss sometimes because it just depends on the board and how things fall, but almost always hits for 70 to 90 million pretty comfortably. So definitely great. I love Zombie Becky. Still one of my favorites. Yeah, I use her less than I say I do, but I still use her a lot. The acro female I use the most now is Lyra, and despite even my To The Max video, I run her this way now. I've been playing around this way. I used to have a Devil's Yeet on her, but I changed it up, and I went to this. What the snot? So my phone was there. We're going to call this a glitchamania if this keeps happening. Where's my phone screen? Video. Properties. It's a good thing you guys have seen that. Alright. Phone mirroring. Come back to me. Don't cry for me, Argentina. Alright, so if you didn't see, because I didn't look that way, here's Zombie Becky. I don't have her gear. There's Triple Black. And the two I was referring to is Indy and her. Okay, I'm looking. I can see this is my account. All right, so I run Lyra this way now, primarily. So with the right trainers, which, did I set a loadout? No, that's not right. Is it? No, because that's Purple Woods. Why would Purple Woods be there? That's the other build. So the Yeet build is that way. With this one, if you go in, you do red, you do blue, you do any color, and red moves like this. See, I've been doing Showdown. I hate those characters. Those were there. Anyway, you do like this, and then you can start with the jumping enziguri, go to the spinning heel kick, go back to the jumping enziguri, and hit the face buster, and it's going to do a lot. Now, if I had, because I don't, if I had the moment that went to her, she would hit even harder. And this is great, but if I could move my red rumble plate over to her, that would be even better. What I might do is probably going to do is get the crown plate and move that onto her, and then anything that creates red here as well is going to be my next step. I just hadn't added them. Or maybe I don't have one. Maybe that's what it was. I don't have one in here somehow. This one would work too. Whenever you break 20 more gems, increase your red gem damage by 200%. For the second hit. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and put this on her for now, because once I put the crown plate on her that I have not yet bought, that's going to really buff her up. So she hits for 110 million pretty easily with that setup, and I love it because then I did move my Devil's Yeet off of her finally. She is my top powerhouse by default, so I use her a lot. I run her this way, which is sub into multi, and I do have the Sheriff's Badge on her, plus the Bite Man works very well. I did get the American Made versus Wyatt 6 moment, so I could run the row break style as well. I just haven't played with that yet. Okay, confession time. That's been a big part of these videos. I think she's probably my favorite striker in the game. I actually don't use her at all anymore. It's not that I don't want to. Again, it's just Queen Naya is so set it and forget it. Just click, click, boom. And she does so much damage. But I love Zombie Bailey. I did not get her fish gear, which is fine because I don't use the gem damage build anyway. I'm using the move damage build like this. You run it twice with this plate right here. And then I've got a KO on her just for a little bit extra. And boom, she does amazing damage, but I don't use her near as much as I would like to. This would be, so Showboat females and Acro females are just absolutely loaded. Maxine is probably, well, actually, we'll get to Rhea in a second. Rhea is going to be my top Showboat female. Top female actually on my roster that I use going forward. I just love her, and I'll talk about her in a second. But I love this Asuka. This moveset right here, and I don't even have the yellow. I don't have any. Well, I do have one, but I don't have the yellow reinforced plate. I do have the LA Bite, so that's getting me 100% more gem damage. Hard Times Blues get me another 100% right there. She hits impeccably hard, and I do have 150% strap on her, but Fury 2s, not Fury 3s. Do have her moment. Hits amazingly strong. She reverses a lot of things, right? What's she reverse? Blah, blah, blah. Submissions. Yeah, so she reverses submissions. I love that. Love her. She's great. This is probably my favorite and most used female in the game now. Also why I don't use the other Rhea much. Not because they overlap. I know most people are running her triple green. I much prefer the move set. Or the move damage set. I've said it a number of times. The big reason is then I can use my multi-gym people on Zombie Liv, Indy, whoever else. Like multi-gym trainers are in absolute high demand versus I don't have anybody else I use this entourage on, which is why it literally just sits here. I mean, she keeps it unless I use the new shiny Showboat Cena with his move damage build. Otherwise, she gets to keep all of her trainers. It's very set it and forget it. Got 100%, not 150% strap, and I still don't have a yellow one of these either. I don't have yellow or green. For whatever reason, they won't come to me. So she can still hit much harder. I also don't have her gear. Once I get her gear, she will hit even harder, even harder. I did take her to max or to 6-star gold, and I will max her out at some point just in case I do want to build up her reinforced multi builds. But for now, this is how I'm running her. I guess it's the yellow that does the multiply. Anyway, as you can see, I like the move damage build. All right, let's speed around a few others. I don't use Goat Becky much. I do love her. I took her up to 6 gold when they reworked her. She's great. I don't use her much. I absolutely can't stand this character, and I'm sorry, Flex. I'm just not putting a Piper plate on her. She's not worth it compared to some of my other characters. If I get the green Piper plate soon on maybe like Ilya, I might move my Piper plate over to her, but we'll see. I use her a fair amount, and she's by far my best technician female right now. I like her. She's really strong. Triple blue, and you can do kind of similar to the Maxine setup with her, where you break the gem row along the top and refresh it so that she can hit twice. You could also put a rumble plate on her. I don't have one that works right now. So as you can see, I have a long way to improve her as well. Queen Nai, okay, she just is because I needed a chaotic female for boss battle at 6 gold, and I didn't have any at the time. Guess what? Now I have her. So I don't use Statue of Lita. I use her all the time. Devil's Yeet with this move set right here just destroys absolutely everybody. Also for boss battle, destroys tons of gems, and I've got 2 moments, 3 moments. I've got moments for her too, so that's good. Plus I've got 100% strap, not 150 yet, so still room to improve, but the Devil's Yeet snowman right there is good to go. I know someone in this community who's going to be very sad about this, but it's okay, I'll say it again. I hate her. I hate her. Just don't like using her. She does not hit hard. She is the worst S+ tier in the game, and I want Jacqueline just to erase her from history. I was so happy when I got her. I don't like her at all. Don't use her like Zombie Liv. Raquel, if you have a few things, can be really good. I just haven't been applying those things to her. Mainly the Devil's Yeet again. As always, if you got that, she's top tier. I haven't done it. She's really good, but I don't use her much. I've got everything for her now, pretty much. She doesn't have gear, right? Okay, no. I've got everything for her except for a 40%, but this combo works really, really well. I use her occasionally. I like her. Tiffy, I'm going to start using a lot more because I'm getting more things. I've got her gear now. I'm missing 2 moments, but I do have the Bloodsucker, and for some reason I took this off of her, apparently. Okay, there we go. Now she's got something at least there before I forget again. And I do have tier 6 on her. She hits extremely hard now. Triple blue. I was very unimpressed when she came out. Now I'm super impressed and love, love, love her. I use her a lot because Ruthless Aggression era requirements for females are tight. This move set right here hits for 90 million, but it's turn 3, so it takes a while to get there. Don't use her at all. Don't use her at all, although I do have the triple purple setup ready for her, and that does pretty good. I do use her. I took my Tama's chest off her and put the purple rumble. It does work really well, and I do like her, but she's very specifically best against technicians. So when I see her in feud, when I see Tex in feud, that's who I use. I just took this set and her up to 6 gold plus, or 6 gold just because of the showdown this weekend. I hated having to use all 3, to be honest. They're not good. Sherry is just for coaching ability or trainer ability. Otherwise, I don't use her. Her I took up because I just love 1 Becky, but 2 Masters of the Universe. She's not really viable any longer. The rework with her makes her good, but not great enough for me to use her on the regular. I don't like using Bailey there at all. Roxanne's good, but I don't use her much. No. Sometimes, only when required for Alexa, but now that I have her, I won't use this one much. Never, she's terrible. Not really anymore, no. Unfortunately, no. Not anymore. I loved Bianca Blade Braid. I've got her set up with everything. Oh, I took her blade away. Never mind. I put that on somebody else. Dom, I think, actually, of all people. But she just doesn't hold up in the current meta. But I loved her. I mean, she was expensive. I spent a lot of money to get her, and I unfortunately got her right after she dropped out of the meta. I use her when she's required, like this weekend, but as you can see, she is a focused Showboat. I need those shards for Gunther, and I don't even have enough for him to go up. So I am trying to fight my way to get enough shards. Might have to do something stupid to get those. But otherwise, I might use her, but no. And then, she's amazing. I've even got the Let Me Talk. Oh, I don't. I had a Let Me Talk to You played on her. Apparently I moved it off. But Triple Green, this moveset with the Let Me Talk to You hits for 100 million. So there's no reason not to use her other than the fact that I just have so many Acrobat females. Maurice, no. Tori, no. I will use Michelle. I do like her a lot from the previews. Similar issue, she's a focused Showboat. Or maybe it was her instead of Gunther. I think it's her that I can't take up right now at all. So until I get those focused Showboat shards, can't do much. She's terrible. She's terrible. I don't like her, even though, yes, you can still use Drip Codas for her. No, not really. None of these down here are actually much viable. So as you go down the list, they're just kind of either trainers, coaches, or, of course, or there are Nia Jax's Powerhouse, which is just terrible. So Rusty's ready for us to do the podcast, so I need to hop off of this video. There's not really any other females that I would say were super usable beyond that at least I saw. Let me just look at my phone this way since it's screwing up on that way. No on Beth, no on Paige. No on any of the rest of these. They're not going to make it. So that's it for this video. I know the females one was a little bit different, but like I say, it's just hard to get the females differentiated when there's not a lot of modes that use them differently. So that's it for this video. Let me know what you think of this series. Like the video, comment, subscribe, and then send this to your friend or faction mate who's like, what females in the game are actually great? Here's who I use. Doesn't mean they're the greatest. It just means here's who I use. See you on the next one, friends. Bye.